So hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be discussing about the tumors of the unknown origin, that is the Ewing sarcoma. So let's start. So Ewing sarcoma is basically the tumor of the unknown origin which is malignant, and it is characterized by the primitive round cells. So this accounts for approximately 6% to 10% of the primary malignant bone tumors. Also, it follows osteosarcoma. Osteosarcoma is the first most common sarcoma in children, bone sarcomas in children, and Ewing sarcoma is thus the second most common in children. Also, approximately 80% of the population is the younger population of age less than 20 years old. Also, here the boys are more affected than the girls, and also the whites are predominantly more affected than the blacks and the Asians, as they are rarely affected. Okay, so this Ewing sarcoma usually arises in the diaphysis of long bones. Especially in the femur and the flat bones of the pelvis. Especially in the femur and flat bones of pelvis. So this Ewing sarcoma, it presents as a painful enlarging mass. So the affected site is tender, warm, and it is swollen. Okay, so moving to the next, that is about the systemic findings. So sometimes the Ewing sarcoma also mimics some of the infections, and this may result into fever, increased sedimentation rate, anemia, and leukocytosis. Okay, so plain radiographs show destructive lytic tumor with permeative margins and that extend into the soft tissues. Okay, so the characteristic periosteal reaction produces layers of reactive bone deposited in an onion skin fashion. So this is the most important finding or the appearance of the Ewing sarcoma. So it is deposited in an onion skin fashion. Okay, so the next about the pathogenesis. So Ewing sarcoma is basically the translocation which causes the fusion of the EWS gene on chromosome 22 to the FLI1 gene on chromosome 11. Okay, so this is basically the fusion of the EWS gene on chromosome 22 to the FLI1 gene on chromosome 11. So the cells of origin of Ewing sarcoma is still not determined, but mesenchymal stem cells and primitive neuroectodermal cells are the leading one. Okay, so moving to the next about the morphology. So this is arising in the medullary cavity, and also it invades the cortex the periosteum, and the soft tissue. Also, this tumor is soft, tan white in color, and it contains the areas of hemorrhage and necrosis. Okay, so this is composed of sheets of uniform small round cells that are slightly larger and more cohesive than the lymphocytes. Also, it has the presence of the scant cytoplasm, which is clear because it is rich in glycogen. So the cytoplasm appears scanty. Also, there is the presence of the Homer-Wright rosettes. So what are the Homer-Wright rosettes? It is the round groupings of the cells with central fibrillary core. Round groupings of cells with central fibrillary cores. So there is this presence of the Homer-Wright rosettes, and these leads to the greater degree of neuroectodermal differentiation. Neuroectodermal differentiation. So this Ewing sarcoma has aggressive malignancies, and this is basically treated with the neoadjuvant chemotherapy followed by the surgical excision, which has achieved the 5-year survival of 75% of the population, and a long-term cure in 50% of the population. So that was all about the Ewing sarcoma. I'll just give a short recap. So this is the tumor of the unknown origin, which is the malignant, characterized by the primitive round cells. It accounts for approximately 6 to 10% of the primary malignancies in the bone tumors. So osteosarcoma is the first most affected tumor in the children, and second is the Ewing sarcoma. Then it generally occurs in the younger population. Approximately 80% of the population is less than 20 years old. Also, boys are more affected than the girls. Then whites are more affected than the blacks and the Asians. Then it usually arises in the diaphysis of the long bones, especially the femur and the flat bones of pelvis. This presents as a painful and enlarging mass. The affected site is tender, warm, and swollen, and the systemic findings are fever, increased sedimentation rate, anemia, and leukocytosis. The plain radiographs show destructive lytic tumor that extends into the soft tissues. The characteristic periosteal reaction, and this shows the appearance of the onion skin fashion, which is the most important point in Ewing sarcoma, and this is the most favorite question also. The pathogenesis, that is the translocation and the fusion of the EWS gene on chromosome 22 to FLI1 gene on chromosome 11, and also the mesenchymal stem cells and the primitive neuroectodermal cells are involved. However, the origin is still unknown. Morphology, arising in the medullary cavity, it invades the cortex, the periosteum, and also the soft tissues, and it shows its appearance as the soft tan white, and it shows some hemorrhagic and necrotic areas. Also, it has some sheets of uniform small round cells which are larger than the lymphocytes. Also, the cytoplasm is scanty. It appears clear because of increase in glycogen. there is this presence of the Homer Wright rosettes, which denotes the neuroectodermal differentiation. These are the aggressive malignancies treated with chemotherapy and surgical excision. So that was all about the Ewing sarcoma. So thank you.